All right. I just saw news about Andrew Luck. I felt like I wanted to record a video about this, kind of get my thoughts out on this. It's really disappointing, but I totally understand why Andrew Luck retired. I mean, when injuries just pile up and all that kind of stuff, you gotta know when to quit. But it was some. This was something that was kind of uh, been foretold that the Colts were trying to kill their quarterback. And it was showing through all the hits and the sacks that he was taking when he was with the team. Because keep in mind, the Colts offensive line, they didn't really address it much over the course. I mean, it's kind of why Peyton Manning had those multiple neck surgeries. It's kind of why Andrew Luck ended up retiring. That's why he missed 2017. That's how he got hurt in 2015. I mean, the Colts killed their quarterback. They didn't address their offensive line. They didn't really build much off of him. And all the injuries just took toll. They drastically affected him, and it showed. Yeah, I totally understand. So there's not much you can say. There's not much you can say about that. But I'm really disappointed in those Colts fans for booing him. I get, it was kind of abrupt and you didn't really see it come much. You wish you would have saw this back in like March or maybe mid-April where you still had time in the draft to probably get like a future guy. But really, you're gonna boo him because he decided to retire? You didn't even wait till he gave his explanation. You were just ready to flip him off. And apparently, a few other stories have broken out that Andrew Luck and the Colts, this was a decision that was apparently a week and a half in the making. That he was ready to hang up the cleats, the helmet, and the pads, and all that. And we're set to make a decision tomorrow on Sunday, August 25th at 3 p.m. But someone leaked the story early. And the Colts were in the middle of their preseason game. Andrew Luck was all on a sideline with his teammates all that stuff. And when the story broke, they had to hurry him into the locker room because who knows what was going to happen. I mean, hell, I didn't think they were going to boo. I didn't think, Colts fans were going to boo him. But, I mean, it's clear to me those fans who booed him don't realize how lucky they got. Because they recently had a franchise quarterback before Andrew Luck named Peyton Manning, if you were born under a rock and you didn't know that. And replacing a longtime franchise quarterback like Peyton Manning is difficult to do. Trying to find the next guy. And they got lucky that, Andrew Luck, who was a talented kid at college and even talented kid at high school, managed to bring all that and give them a great amount of success when he was with the team. I mean, 3 straight 11-5 seasons, made the playoffs all 3 of those years, and even got to the AFC Championship by his 3rd year. That's impressive for the guy. That's impressive for any quarterback. But of course, in 2015, the bad draft picks and the bad signings all came at once, and it broke him. It broke him physically. He hurt his shoulder and apparently wasn't serious enough to warrant surgery. So he played with that all throughout 2016 and had a great season. But the problem got worse, so he had to get surgery, and there was just a bunch of problems that happened. He had to even go to Europe for, I think it was Germany or something, to see a specialist to get it fixed. And, his shoulder held up intact, and there was, feeling that he might play for another 5 to 10 years. But now there's a calf/ankle injury. Thought it was going to be, maybe a couple days, but unfortunately, it looked like it was way, way worse. So he decided to retire, while his body's still intact, while his body's intact. He didn't want to go. He didn't want this to be like another shoulder problem where he had to go to Europe again and go see another specialist. I think that's what he meant by, he didn't like all the rehab stuff. He didn't want to have to. He was afraid he was going to have to go to Europe again and see another specialist. You don't want that. So the Colts are kind of in a tricky position. Now they do have Jacoby Brissett, who will do well with the team. Who I think will do pretty well with the team. He's been in the system for well over a year. He's got a good coach. The offense is much better than it was in 2017 when he was the full-time starter there. So it shouldn't be too disastrous. But if the Colts feel like they got to get another backup just in case, I would say, probably trade for Teddy Bridgewater for the Saints, or maybe to really go out a limb, to trade for Derek Carr to get Derek Carr from the Raiders. I think those two possibilities would be interesting in case you don't want to go QB hunting in a draft. You just want a guy who can start for right now. But watch him sign someone like Sam Bradford and his untapped potential for like a 1 year deal or something. I can definitely see them going after another quarterback just to at least back up Brissett in case something happened. I think he got hurt too, and it's kind of a messy situation. But hey, Andrew Luck, I hope you stay healthy, and hey, maybe you might come back. Maybe once the calves heal, you feel like your body's in great shape and all that kind of stuff. Maybe he might come back. Might. Otherwise, have a great life, dude.